Okay, so I've decided to start this new sort of project, so to speak, where I have an account that's currently in Bronze 4 in series, and I'm going to just record and document every game until it gets to gold. Um, the reason I'm doing this is because a lot of people who complain about how they're in EO hell and because of their bad teammates they can't get out, um, which is something that I agree and disagree with. I agree that EO hell does exist, but I disagree that you can't get out because of bad teammates, and I'm going to show that in this series of games. A little background on myself, I guess. I'm a plat level player, and I've been pretty much sitting around there since mid-season 2, season 3. So right now, theoretically, I should be a lot higher than the level of these bronze players. Um, the best way I've seen it put as to the argument that EO hell does exist is there's a pretty well-known experiment done by Cruiser the Boozer, who's a very well-known high elo player, where he took an account that was in 900 elo, something like that, and brought it up to I don't know, somewhere around 2,000, I think. And within this, he took he had about 300 victories and about 90 defeats, I believe, something like that. Um, and people use this as an explanation to say that Elo Hell doesn't exist because if you're good enough, you'll get out. But a really good way I heard it put from somebody was that, well, sure, he got out fairly easily, but look at these 90 games that he still lost. Even a guy like, even a guy as good as Cruiser the Boozer couldn't carry his team in 90 of these games. And that's typically, those 90 games is typically what we mean by Elo Hell. Um, so yeah. Um, so I guess three most important things when you think when you're complaining about being in AO hell and you're judging whether or not you're good enough to get out is mechanics, communication, and game sense. Um, Mechanics pretty much self-explanatory. Communication, that includes not only telling your team MIAs, things like that, but also leadership. When your team is pretty much struggling and doesn't know what to do, then um, you really need to take a leader role and tell your team to go after objectives, things like that. And by game sense, I mean if I were to go in now, would I win this engage? Like judging how much damage you can do, how much the enemy can do, as well as things like the jungler hasn't appeared for 2 minutes, he's probably going to be ganking my lane, things like that. Um, what else? So one criticism that I have of League as a whole, but and this includes all the way up to the competitive level, especially in the NA scene, is that there's very low level innovation. Everybody bandwagons, everybody plays what everyone else plays. Even on the pro level, nobody tries new things unless one thing worked out in the Europe or Asia scene works really well, and then everybody in NA starts jumping to it. Here's something that I really disagree with. Um, I think that innovation is really important for winning, and so you'll see that kind of reflected in my play. I level up skills a lot differently than some people. I build a lot differently than some people. I do different builds on the same characters in different games. And a lot of these might not make sense, but I'll do my best to try to explain that. Um, so when you're trying to carry yourself out of games, I would say that the two best roles to do this on are mid and jungle. Um, Jungler, because obviously you can gank, affect all three lanes. The one thing that I don't like about the jungler is that in bronze you have kind of a high chance of all three of your lanes losing, and when you do that, the I mean when your lanes do that, the jungler's life is terrible. But one good thing about it is that people often ward badly, either don't ward at all or ward in retarded places. For example, this bush is usually not a great place to ward unless the enemy has a champion that can get into that bush um, without being seen, like Jarvan or Zac. And a lot of people in low-level games ward that bush and no other bush, which allows for easy ganks. So I guess the current trend right now in jungling is to start on whatever buff your dual lane is on. So in this case, dual buff. Okay, that was my bad. I should have helped him, but I didn't see him there. So that was a bad play on my part. First time trying to do a live commentary thing like this. So I'm a bit not used to it yet. So there you see, Aatrox doesn't have a ward. He is very low, so it's easy to bait him into a kill. I don't know if I actually need to burn flash there, but I think better safe than sorry, better than let Trin die. Letting Trin get a free farm lane is pretty huge. Now, this is one of those games I was talking about where every lane is losing, and that's really terrible when you're the jungler, but anyways, let's see what we can do. Probably head bot next because they pushed up. I don't know what this Fizz is doing. I can't really help gank his lanes if he's just going to stand there and lag, so I'd rather go bot. That was a really good hook by Leona, but there's for some reason didn't follow up at all. Okay, that was a good one. Ideally, I would have preferred Leona to lead in there a bit earlier, but theirs didn't follow up at all, so there's not much I can do in that case. Fizz is just standing there, which is great. Jarvan is somehow level 3, I don't know why, he should be higher level. And I don't know what's going on there. Okay, somehow that turned out okay. I'm not sure how, but it did, so I'm not going to complain about that. So when you see it like this, where Ahri's standing pretty far back, playing careful, top is really pushed, there's not much you can really do except farm your own jungle. So when I'm playing jungle, the only champions that I prefer to build Wiggle's Lantern on are the ones that can reach those wards. So pretty much Lee Sin and Jax are the only two. I'm going to gank mid because now she's sort of pushed up and Fizz is AFK, which is great. So if this had followed up there, we probably would have gotten something out of it, but because he can't follow up thanks to lag, there's not much we can do. This is really troublesome because Fizz is a champion that needs to get fed in order to carry games later. If he doesn't get fed early, then he can't really carry games. Normally I would give Fizz blue buff, but since he's being pretty useless right now, I'm just gonna take it. and he didn't die. That was pretty lucky. So our action, if he's doing okay, he's obviously not doing okay, but I am pretty far right now. So I think a better choice would be to get a kill in bot lane if possible. There we go. With my own stun and Leona's follow-up, it's pretty easy to get a kill on whoever comes close. So now Shinamir needs help top, which I would like to just get red buff first, but he's probably going to get dive or get dough, whatever, if I do that, so I'll just head top right away. That was lucky. Looks like Aatrox back off, so I'm going to go ahead and get red buff. So we're in pretty good shape right now. All the lanes are doing well enough. Fizz, I hope, should be okay. So yeah, and yep, he's fine. And the rest of the lanes are wasting time roaming. So alright, Aatrox flash, and I probably didn't need to either, so it's still going for us. Get a free lane for a little bit until he comes back. As your jungler, in solo queue, it might be a good idea to just take some of your lane's farm, tack your lane for EXP whenever there's no ganks to do or jungle to farm, and it also puts pressure on that lane. That's a style that I don't really like to do at this low level because a lot of people will get mad at you for staying in their lane and taking that EXP even if you're not taking any farm. Alright, I guess. This is working okay. Depending on how pushed bot is, I might go down there and get them since Shin was gonna come taking them farm. When you see Janna walking up the river like that, you know she's got Dragon Warden. So, since I can't gank through the river anymore, the only option is once again to gank through the lane. That worked out okay. It would have been better if Leona had hit her, I don't know what that's called, sword thing, whatever, because then I wouldn't have to blow my flash, but Varus had a nice follow-up, so yeah, it was fine. Now I see that most of their team is AD based, so this game I'm going to name Vitavi. I'm not really concerned about, I'm not very concerned about Ahri's damage. She's a champion without actually much AP damage compared to Bird Spear carries, so I'm not really worried about building defenses for her. And he made it across before I could get my stun off. Get another good play like this. I guess just for Jax, particularly, this is kind of obvious, but in case you don't know, the skill max order is W, and then Q, and then E. Some people like to get W as their first skill while jungling. I tend to get my E because it minimizes jungle damage. Now in this case, when somehow all the lanes started turning around and winning instead of losing, you can try to extend laning phase. If all your lanes continue to be losing, then what you want to do is try to end laning phase as fast as possible and just use superior communication and teamwork in order to gain more advantages that way.
An enemy has been slain.
So they probably had that warded and were waiting for a counter game. You can tell because Ari backed off when I came.
An ally has been slain.
Okay, Jarvis said, I don't know why he dove in, but that was a really bad move by him. Ari is typically really hard to game because of her 3 annoying dashes. That's really annoying. She's also really annoying to lane against, especially as melee, because you have to get close, get creep kills. So I'm just going to leave this lane now. I'm normally not really going to stay in the lane when, actually, I should stay in this lane because Ari's pushing pretty hard. So I don't want to let this wave of EXP go to waste. Ari's going to go midstream, but I'm going to stun him. But Jhin is not really a bursty kind of champ. So yeah, that was I don't know what he was doing. He ulted at like more than half HP. So that was a pretty dumb move. I can't hold the mid tower, so I'm just gonna back off. I was too low HP and there were too many champions there. When I'm building Jax, my first item after Wriggles and Roots, it's usually either Blade of the Rune King or Hextech Gunblade. I like to go Hextech Gunblade if it's more just whatever, I'm just doing mass indiscriminate damage, but if I'm going to be dueling, I will go with the Blade of the Rune King. So I'm just going to keep taking blue because... Oops. Okay, yeah, probably should have given face to blue, but I was greedy and took it. Late fish doesn't do enough damage, so just back off. Bot's winning pretty substantially. Top is doing fine. So since there's so many people mid, Jarvan seems to be keep candy mid, then I'm just gonna stay there after I get my red buff. Stay in that area. He's doing pretty well on the 1v2. I probably should have followed up earlier and tried to get a stun off on Jarvan and whatever, but I wanted to see if Ari would stay alive with the last tick of Ignite, so I saved my lead in order to use it to finish her off if I needed to. Okay, instead of choosing the tower, we just get blue buff. A lot of people like to leave one little golem, but I actually like to take all of it so that I know the timer on the raid, or on the wheel, like, yeah, this is telling me to leave one, but I mean, they're going to clear it soon enough anyway, so there's really no point. Okay.
An ally has been
I don't know what's going
slain.
on there.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
So I'm probably going to get the next template of this game. I mean, I'll get both, but I'm just going to get the template first. It's getting greedy, but
Ally has been slain.
he gets the kill anyway because Fish has a move that does more damage than lower HP you are. One of the biggest obstacles to winning game that you don't really see as much in bronze as you do in silver, honestly, is throwing games. You get really ahead, and then your whole team gets really cocky, starts doing really stupid things, trying to get flashy kills, and the enemy ends up getting more kills, they break even, and then it's back to an even playing ground again, and your team ends up losing because of throwing games. So the one thing you don't want to do is disrespect the enemy, like no matter what, no matter how hard you're winning. Okay, Aatrox just flashed. Normally, I'm not someone who tries to KS, but I'd rather get an assist or like get some gold out of that than nothing. So I just took the kill, and the kill probably scales harder on me than on Fizz anyway. Fizz kind of falls off. Him's getting pressured out pretty hard, so I'm gonna get caught after this.
Your turret has been destroyed. Dominating.
Pretty much just used all my moves there and easily took him out. I don't know why. I feel like Yana Shield should have shielded more. She's probably low HP. She's probably would have catch up. But Ari was there anyway, so it's probably good thing that I didn't leave in. Fizz is lagging. Thankfully he disconnected right there, so he at least leaves the game. We're probably safe. Fizz can't really do much here. She did not mean to flash. Alright, this is... I looped the wrong minion. But Leona got a stun off, so... I don't know why this Leona's not ulting. But she should have ulted there. It would have been easy kill. So there I went in and I immediately left. The reason being because I didn't have any follow-up from my team.
Enemy double kill.
And that was probably a bad play because they were all had higher HP than us. And I don't know what Shin's doing. Like, he's just running around like Bungo. Fizz walking into a 1v2. The thing I don't like about a lot of Fizz players is that they just tend to get really cocky and think they can instantly kill enemy champions. Or he's just lagging. But yeah. When you're playing Fiona, like, just don't be afraid to blow your ult. I mean, it's on a really short cooldown. If you can use it to kill one champion, it's usually worth it. This game is sort of like a 45, which is a little bit difficult. They're also playing bot, except for Janna,
Your turret has been destroyed.
and this Trinamir is honestly, like, he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know where to go. Shit, I zoomed in on accident. My skill thing sucks, so I can't really zoom out. There we go. Not over zoomed out. Still just kind of zoomed in.
Triple kill.
I don't really know what was going on there, but Jax did a lot of damage in team fights, so that's one reason why he was really good. I'm gonna change to another mouse if I can find it because the scroll thing sucks. Okay. Hopefully this works. There we go. So now I'm gonna get my blade out of the rune key. I really like the combination of these two items for some reason,
A summoner has
even if it might not be that optimal for some situations. Attack speed is really good on Jax. The two slows together are really nice for chasing. One thing to remember is to just always use your activated item. A lot of people tend to forget. You have to play a little careful here because there's only 3 members. Alright, now they're all split up and we can fight. If our own team was here, I don't... Like, he's freezing lane or something. I shouldn't... I don't know why he would do that. He's got charm, but that doesn't matter. shouldn't really be tower diving. So, well, we burned Ari's ultimate, so after that's down, we can probably go back in and play. Except that our team's up really low. So I have enough life steal that even focusing me, they can't really take me down. Well, they almost did, but
Has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill. An enemy has been slain.
that fight turned out well enough for Fizz not being part of it until the very end, but obviously not optimal. So bot's also pushing really hard, but I need to focus on the mid tower. That wasn't really a good play on our part so much as a bad play on their part. Not a good idea to tower dive a full health enemy unless you're confident in putting out a lot of heavy burst. And with Ari, you can't really be sure of that because she depends on skill shots. Now, right there, let me talk about something. When you're under enemy turret hitting it, and the enemy comes and tries to stall you from hitting the tower, pretty elementary mistake some people will make is that they'll start attacking the enemy instead. That is not something you want to do because then the tower adds on you. Which seems self-explanatory, but just something to remember because a lot of people just do that by reaction. We're getting to the point in the game where dragons don't matter as much, so it's better to build root. At this point, if you're finding it difficult to have a fight, then a really easy way to do it is to bait Baron, because they have to make a choice between just letting you do Baron or being forced to come fight your way. Don't fight until they shows up. In this case, I'm just going to go on Ash, and my next target should probably be Ari. So you see there how Janna was the closest one to me, but I ignored her because she's not really for that and go for the damage steps that are on our carries. And now the three of them are dead, it's a pretty bad. You have to be careful the jungle is still alive because he can flash him into my field. So past this point, I would typically consider building tank items, but they don't really have a damage threat on me, and a team fight is not very coordinated, so I can just continue building damage, which I like to build with Wince's Rage Leg, because ability power just scales really low on Jax. I probably should have gotten the pickaxe first, but oh well. team is talking shit, which is something that I never recommend because of what I said earlier about throwing games is really easy. Even a game like this where you think you're really far ahead, you're ahead 20 kills in the Baron, it's throw can happen in one team fight. Um, 2 for 2, so could have been worse, but I think we'll be able to force it in our tower now. I took a lot of damage before the fight started, which was bad on my part. And Fizz, as usual, lagging. I think you probably take the tower down. After you take their inhibitor, if Baron is down, then something that would be good to do is check their buffs. If Baron is up, you just want to go back earlier in order to prepare for Baron, because if you spend too much time doing their buffs and stuff, by the time they respawn, they'll just head straight to Baron. So I don't know why they're hanging around in base, there's no point in doing that. After you get the inhibitor, you should just circle to another lane. Shin's pushing top by himself, so the rest of us push bot since it's already almost at their tower. I'm just gonna let Darius finish off his tower, I'll be too close in melee range. Normally I would hesitate to go use my leap on Ari because of the 3 dashes, but if she's snared, and I currently have enough damage to kill her before her snare wears off, then it's fine. Now we have 2 inhibitors down and we can start aiming for the big tree because we have a large wave of minions. So once again, I'm going to stay a little bit back and let go get the range hit the tower. Now I don't really care how much damage I'm taking because there's a lot of minions to light seal off. Actually, reduction. Getting kind of wrecked right now, so I'm gonna run. I do have 4k gold though, so I don't really know what I would get after Ridgewood. I've never made it this far in a game as Jax. Not in terms of time, but in terms of having this much gold. So we have 3 inhibitors down. This game is pretty much ours. We'd have to throw pretty hard to lose it. I think I'm going to sell my Regal at this point, and I really don't know what else I would pick up. I guess I'll just get a Guardian Angel, so that I don't even be worried about dying. Let's see what's in his bed now. Baron spawns 7 minutes after it's been killed, so one thing that's good to do is keep timers on Dragon and Baron, and when you're more experienced, also keep timers on buffs if you know when to die. If you wanted to play it safe, you would get Baron before you try to end, but we're so far ahead that it probably doesn't matter right now. So they had this one instant thing out Ash. I thought I would be able to kill her faster, but anyways, they're all in their fountain now, so I'm just aim at the nexus. And that is game one. Off to a good start. Thanks for watching.